as we get to know more of the Arathi Empire in Hallowfall during the War Within. Let's have a look at the past and the legends of the people of Arathor, who was pretty instrumental to human civilization prospering in the Eastern Kingdoms long before the events of World of Warcraft. Let us start with Thoradin, the founder of Arathor Kingdom. Thoradin was a human warlord of the Arathi tribe who declared himself the first human king, unified the scattered human tribes into the first great nation of Arathor, and founded the capital of Strom. He was a mighty warrior and master strategist who forged an alliance with the High Elves during the Troll Wars and went on to play a critical role in the war with his greatsword Stromkar and his generals Igneus and Lordain. After achieving victory in the war, he reigned peacefully as king of Arathor for years. Near the end of his life, his search for the origins of humanity led him to the tomb of Keeper Tyr, where he gave his life to prevent the ancient monstrosity Zakajaz from reawakening. After uniting the human tribes, Thoradin named his new nation Arathor and set out to found a new capital. According to one legend, he received his answer when his father appeared to him in a dream, wearing the pelt of a black wolf, and told him of an arid region southeast of Tyrusful Glades where his people would prosper. Thoradin sought out the land later called the Arathi Highlands and, as the story goes, saw a black wolf roaming the terrain. On that spot, the king used Stromkar to carve out the boundaries of a city in the dirt and ordered his masons to begin constructing what became Strom, capital of the first human kingdom. Thoradin convinced all of the human tribal leaders he recruited to lend him their personal blades, after which Arathi blacksmiths took shards of metal from each weapon and added them to the king's greatsword. This secured the eternal loyalty of the tribes, for many early human warlords believed that the spirits of their ancestors lived on in their weapons, and no one would ever dare rise up against Thoradin and risk striking the sword that contained their own forefathers. When the work was done, Thoradin renamed his sword Stromkar, the Warbreaker. The last descendant of Thoradin's bloodline was Anduin Lothar, who ended up briefly uniting humanity as his ancestor had done by convincing the kingdoms to form the alliance of Lordaeron prior to the Second War. As the alliance's supreme commander, Lothar wielded more power and influence than any human had since the days of Thoradin. He reminded the High Elves of Quel'Thalas of the oath they had sworn his ancestor, in order to secure their help against the Orc horde during the war. Stromgard Keep, also known simply as Stromgard, was the capital city of the Kingdom of Stromgard, located in the southwest of the Arathi Highlands. In ages past, the settlement was a cradle for human civilization, when it served as the capital of the Arathorian Empire under the name of Strom. By the time of the arrival of the Orcish horde, it stood as a major power center, as part of the alliance of Lordaeron during and after some time following the Second War. Stromgard was eventually sacked and left in ruins at some point after the events of the Third War, and remained in this condition for many years to follow. It was divided into 3 sections, one around the inner keep itself and under the rule of the Syndicate, the former Mage District largely under the control of the Boulderfist clan ogres, with aid from the Witherbark trolls, while the last section remained under the control of the Stromgard military, and once served as the headquarters of Prince Galen Trollbane, until his death.